am Iron Man.
I'm an OG that's gonna give up the law to these young bucks, man. I sat in prison, I watched the young boys come in, they come through, and their excuse for a lot of the things that they do is because they ain't had no guidance, no leadership to tell them what happened. So we got a lot of young boys sitting up there now, they ain't giving out 1 to 2s, 2.5 to 5 no more. They giving out 10 to 20s, 15 to 30s, 20 to 40s, and life sentences like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they saying that a lot of young boys are saying they ain't had no guidance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the OGs had turned crackheads, or the OGs still want to be young. They don't want to embrace being old no more.
Right, they still act like they young.
Still acting young.
Instead of taking their position.
Exactly. So nobody wants to be the OG. So I made it. I made it past 30. I'm almost 36 years old. I'm still in the game. So I said, instead of trying to be young, I'm gonna be who I am. I'm gonna be OG. I'm gonna give up the law. G-Law. Gangsters learning all war tactics. God's love at work. You're gonna see God's love at work inside of me. We're gonna show them that God loves gangsters too, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be forgetting. See, Paul was a gangster. He ain't go to nobody soft, man, when it was time to go get the people. He went and got Paul and turned him into Saul. See what I'm saying? So I'm that new creature. And behold, all things pass away, and behold, all things become new. So now it's OG law, baby. You know what it is, man. We're going to give up these books, these music, these t-shirts, and we're going to educate them through the books, man. I'm tired of seeing a lot of people write our stories, man, and they never lived it, but they profiting off it, and they don't want to get nothing back. You see what I'm saying? But they want to tell the story, but they don't want to tell the real ending of the story. Right. There's 95% of the people who ain't even telling or just lucky, it goes to jail or it's dead. It is what it is. Like the game, it's a losing game. You're supposed to play the game to win. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just give you up some laws, man, that's going to keep you alive and keep you out of prison. They say that a smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others, that today your own mistakes can kill you, and then you can't learn. It's too late. A day late and a dollar short. And we're going to put a new book out. It's called Whatever Comes Around Goes Around. And basically, I went back into my genre, which was from the Triple S Con days. You know, my audience started there. But what I'm doing is I'm taking them now, meeting them on the level they on, and I'm bringing them up with me to the next level. After that, it's total reinvention. But I didn't want to just jump from one level to another level. I want to take you on this journey with me. You know what I mean? And that's where the G-Law begins, man. This next book is already done to be out soon, Black and Nobel. We're going to get it right here first in North Philly where it all started, made in North Philly. And that's for you ladies. And basically that is for all y'all dudes, man, who got women, man, I look out for y'all in prison. And then y'all come home and get a good wood to addict them. When the sister that rode with you earned it, man, she earned the chance to be the first. So what I want to do is talk about that for the sisters. And I also want to give the consequences, the repercussions of when a dude do that to a sister when they come back around on it, and how ugly it can get. So this is for y'all, so you're going to have to get 2 of these books, one for you and one that's sending your man in prison. You hear me? After that, we're doing Jailers for Suckers. I got all the brothers upstate that I was with, that I ran across from all over the state, man, put their stories in this book to show that Jailers for Suckers. Not just suckers from the people who go to jail, but the taxpayers are suckers because they paying for something that they not receiving. They call themselves the Department of Corrections. So ask yourself, you've been paying taxes for them to have, for their departments to correct people who commit crimes in the city. Well, crime has been getting worse. So what have they corrected over the course of the last 20 years? Really, it's the Department of Corruption, because they up there creating monsters and then they send them home to move them near you. You wonder why you get frustrated when you got to pay for a dude who's in prison to have a college education. You got to understand that that's an investment in somebody's character that's going to move next door to you one day. So what you got to ask yourself is, what kind of person do you want to move next door to you? If you're willing to invest in people's character, man, you'll see the fruits and the benefits of it in the future, because we're going down, man. We're going down, and they locking the babies up, and they gonna lock your baby up. And don't wait until something personally happened to you, man, before you decide that you want to do something to change. What we need is prison prevention, prison reform, and that's what the G-Law movement gonna attack first. You see what I'm saying? But from a taxpayer perspective, man, ask yourself what you putting your money into. You feeling all this money into these businesses saying that they gonna stop crime, but your neighborhoods is getting worse. There's more deaths coming and all that. So what are they correcting? What are you paying for? You're not getting what you're paying for. So you're a sucker just as me for going in there. Well, basically, what we doing first, what I was saying was, they was calling me the voice of the voiceless. So what we gonna do now, what I'm trying to do is give the voiceless a voice. So what I did was, while I was upstate on that trumped up charge, and I'm gonna show y'all the paperwork in this book, how I was innocent and a whole twist. But they kept me in there for 2 years because somebody else committed a crime against a police officer, and 50,000 men has paid for it because he's dead and can't do the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And so what we doing is, we got the OGs from the neighborhoods. We got my man Cadillac from South Philly. We got my man Pooh Presley, Beanie Siegel cousin, who was up there with me. We got a lot of OGs from all over telling their stories, telling how jail is for suckers. So the guys that you look up to in your community is telling you that jail ain't for thorough people, man. Jail is for suckers. It's not a rites of passage, man. Everybody in jail is trying to get out. And it seems like everybody on the outside in the hood is trying to go in. You see where I'm coming from? Like, that's backwards thinking. We got to reverse pictures. We're going to have testimonials, man, of how the type of sucker shit that you got to deal with in there, man. You know what I'm saying? You might not be a homosexual, but they'll put you in a cell with a homosexual. And then if you refuse to go in the cell because you have to defecate in front of this person, you got to, you know what I mean, change your clothes in front of this person and all that, and now he lusting off you, and you might not want to be into that, but they'll put you in the cell. And if you refuse, they're going to put you in a hole. They're going to put you in jail inside of a jail. You know what I'm saying? That's sucker shit. You saying they sell you summer packages in there. A bag of potato chips, on a bag of potato chips, it might say $3.99 for a big bag. They charging you $5.27. You know what I'm saying? You get phone time out here for 10 cents a minute. You get phone time up there, it costs $5.27 for a 15-minute phone call for somebody they paying 19 cents an hour for a job. So one phone call, you do a month worth of work and can't even really make 3 or 4 phone calls to your family. You know what I'm saying? That's sucker shit. So you get treated like a sucker while you in there. The taxpayers getting treated like suckers because they're not really trying to fix the people. They're not really trying to correct nobody. They actually create bitterness and making these dudes worse. Then you got the correctional officers, man. You know what I mean? Like you know, some of the sucker shit they do up there. Like basically, your job is to be the example of how to live correctly. But you up there lying on write-ups and making people stay back just because you don't like them, or you had a bad day at home and you bring your problems into work. And so now you put your problems all on this person, and this person got to sit 2, 3 more years in jail, and that create bitterness in these people's heart. And then they come home and do something to you or one of your family members, and you don't understand why. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that it's right, because vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, but what I'm saying is, for every action, it's an equal opposite reaction. You see what I'm saying? So what they do is, you got the government constantly blaming the people in the streets. What I'm saying, taxpayers, you hiring these people to control society. If this was a basketball team, they would have fired the coach and said, we doing something wrong, we need a new game plan. But for some reason, for the last 25, 30, 40 years, they've been using the same game plan, ain't been working, it's just getting worse. So what are they correcting? You need to ask yourself that, man, and that's Jail is for Suckers. We're going to talk about all that.